This is the Strat-O-Matic Baseball Excel 1970-73 Carryover League. Brought to you by the Shrimp Trawler YouTube channel.
Welcome back, baseball fans, to the Summer 70-73 Carryover League in the American League West tonight with a West Coast battle. Hotel California, it's often called. West Coast Jazz experience tonight, though. We have the Oakland A's and the California Angels. The Big Bad Dynasty A's battling a surprising California team from a year ago who seemed to have the A's number and won the American League West while the A's were a wild card. So, oddly enough, Division and number 2 seed the American League Angels found themselves as an underdog, inexplicably. But you see why, of course. You got the Dynasty A's. So let's show you what happened in game number 1 of the series. Opening up in Oakland, California. Flies up the coast to the Golden Gate. And it is Bill Singer versus Cal Koonce. Cal Koonce is like the Maytag repairman. He's the number 4 starter on the A's. You hope you don't see him, because most of the time, Vida Blue, Catfish Hunter, and Ken Holtzman will be pitching. But a journeyman fills that 4 spot, and boy, talk about a journey Cal Koonce went on early in this game, as the Angels bludgeon Cal Koonce for 6 runs in the first, 3 more in the second, and at this point he just wants to get 3 or 4 innings in the book to save his bullpen. Meanwhile, normally reliable Bill Singer, yes, the Bill Singer, a star of the Dodgers and the Angels, has always pitched brilliantly, has probably his worst start ever, walks a bazillion guys in the first 2 innings, gives up 7 runs. This is a 9-7 games after 2 innings. 9-7, probably the highest scoring first 2 innings I've had in a Strat game in a long time. Inexplicably with bazillion walks. The A's, well, they do walk a lot. Anyway, 9-7 turns into an 11-7 final. Both teams empty their bullpen to no avail. And those pesky Angels seem to have the A's number. Taking home field away from Oakland after game number 1. Unbelievable. So what happens in game 2? Game 2 in Oakland. It is Nolan Ryan versus Catfish Hunter. And oh boy, those A's, their bats are firmly on the shoulder. They're going to take a lot of pitches from Ryan and take a walk around the bases as per norm. And the A's end up with 13 runs on 16 hits and 9 walks and 12 strikeouts in this game, and bludgeon the Angels by a score of 13-3. The dynasty has arrived in game 2 of this best-of-7 series. So we go to California for game 3. Can the A's reclaim home field in game 3? The answer, yep. Because they've got Vida Blue going against Clyde Wright. Clyde Wright takes no guff. He doesn't care Vida Blue's pitching. He matches up perfectly. Clyde Wright's an outstanding pitcher of his own merit. We have a 1-1 game after 1. We have a 2-2 game after 7. On a solo homer by Jim Spencer here. But in the 9th, Clyde Wright and Vida Blue are pitching into the 9th in this one. It is an RBI double by Mike Keegan. The Oakland first baseman, they love this guy, Mike Keegan. He was not their first choice. They wanted Mike Epstein. Couldn't have him. They wanted Don Mincher. Couldn't get him either. They end up with Mike Keegan, the last cookie in the cookie jar available, and they love this guy. He's a 2E10, makes a lot of contact against lefties. It's 320 something. Limited participation. 3-2 Oakland wins 2 straight, and now they have home field back. Pivotal game 4 And it was a doozy, folks. Game 4. Ken Holtzman, Jim McLaughlin. Ken Holtzman has really had a disappointing start to his Oakland career coming over from the National League. Gives up a couple runs in the third, another one in the fifth. It's 3-0. Jim McLaughlin's got a shutout through 5. Loads the bases with nobody out in the 6th, and they pull him for Greg Garrett, who quickly gets a double play ground ball, and only one of those runs score. However, 3-1 game in the 8th, Eddie Fisher comes out of the Angel bullpen. A homer by Angel Mangual on homer 1, fly ball the rest. And a 2-run homer by Gene Tennis. And it's 4-3 Oakland. And Raleigh Fingers is brought in so that the A's can get a 3-1 series lead, but the Angels have other ideas in the bottom of the 9th. It is Jay Johnstone blooping a single in the center field. Bobby Valentine comes trucking around from second base, 1-13, ties the game at 4, and this is a blown save for Raleigh Fingers. At least 2, maybe 3 blown saves already in the young season that I'm aware of. The game goes 11 innings. Dave LaRoche falls apart in the 11th with a bunch of singles. And that's how it ends. 7-4 with 4-5 singles in the 11th inning there. And it is Bob Locker getting the save for Oakland in this one. They won 3 straight games in California. And they have a Game 5 in California. And again, they have a rematch of something they like here today in Game 5. Game 174 of the year. It'll be Catfish Hunter versus Nolan Ryan. Oh my goodness. The Angels are down 3-1. They need the Ryan Express to be on target, on time, at the station, with no delays, no walks. And the Oakland A's have their on-base machine offense at the ready. I'll do the if you draw a walk on your own card, we'll take a look at it if you're Oakland, just to kind of confirm that notion. Let's get started. From Anaheim, Oakland A's, California Angels, fun in the West. Jim French leads it off for Oakland. 2-7, and let's take a look at the card. Why? Because Jim French, of course, just walked. An on-base machine. That's why he's there. 38 walks and 166 at-bats. That is well over 100 in a full season. And he walks to start the game. Like that's never happened before to Nolan Ryan. Sal Bando. 47's a K. There you go. All or nothing. Walks and Ks. Reggie Jackson, 3-6. Let's take a look at Reggie's card. Yep, there's a walk there. 76 of them, and about 600 plate appearances for Reggie. 2 on for Gene Tennis. 68. Let's take a look at Ryan's card. No, just kidding. You already saw Ryan's card, but it is a walk. So we got 3-1 thus far. Bases loaded with walks. For Mike Keegan. 1-9 is a K. And with 2 outs, it's Joe Rudi. Can we have the perfect 3-walk and 3-strikeout inning? The pitch to Joe Rudi. 47. The answer is yes, we do. There's a reasonable chance that Oakland did not swing their bat in the first inning. Could have been 3 strikeouts looking, and yeah, you get the idea. Okay. Whole lot of pitches. Nothing in the run column. For Oakland, we go to the bottom of the first. Cesar Tovar leads it off. 2-5. This guy's been red hot. Let's take a look at Tovar's card. Boy, this is going to be a classic game, I got a feeling. Tovar's been red hot since putting the leadoff spot. He's been denting his 2 column, hitting well over 300 this year. 2-5 is triple 1-15. That's a 3-base hit. Mickey Rivers, the A bunter, they got to bring it up. 4-11 against Hunter. Left X. Rudy's a 1-2. They need to fly ball 7, do the A's. But they get a fly ball B, and that will score the run. Richie Scheinblum, 58. Skies are right. Hal King, 56. Bounces to short. Campaneris, so 3. 8-22. But it's a base hit for Hal King. Alex Johnson, 68, is a K. Nolan Ryan with a lead into the second inning. Von Joshua, 1-9. We have contact, a base hit for Von Joshua. Bert Campaneris, 64, a base hit to right field. Joshua's got some wheels. 16, right field is Rivers, who only has a 0 arm, which is actually a pretty good arm for him. Joshua's going to try and go coast to coast to help Campaneris out, and he does. The runners on the corners have to bring it up for John Donaldson. 57 is ball 4, off the Ryan card. Bases are loaded for French, Jim. 5-10 off of Ryan is ball 4. And the A's have tied the game at 1. Do I break pitchers? Yeah, there's 2 scenarios where I break a pitcher early. In 3 innings. 10 hits in 3 innings or 8 hits and 4 walks. I don't have an amendment for 6 or more walks, so how many hits I'd have to add to that to break it through 3. I guess probably maybe 6 hits and 8 walks. That's 6 and 6. Yeah, 6 and 6 will do it today. But, you know, Ryan's a Hall of Famer, so I'll make it 6 and 8 and give him a break. All right, Sal Bando. 1-5. That is going to be a base hit in the center field. I think they're going to go station to station here. Of course, Campaneris might have to run. Road field disadvantage. Yeah, 17 runner against Johnstone is 16. 1-16. He's thrown out on an 18. And yes, this is home field advantage. It means that if you are 14 or better, you have to run. It's like the third base coaches on the road aren't as good as the third base coaches in their home ballpark. And they sent Campaneris not knowing how far the center fielder could throw and yada yada. Campaneris is running with nobody out from first on a, not Campaneris, Donaldson. Excuse me. Let me double check this now. Yeah, I made a mistake. That's right. Donaldson is the runner and he can hold. I'm glad I caught that. That was a key moment here. So let me just go over the logic in this. We have Campaneris at third, Donaldson was at second, French was at first, and Bando got the single. So Campaneris just walks in. Donaldson's at second base. He'd only have to run if it was 14 or better. Donaldson's a 12 runner, and your center fielder has got a -1 arm, so he can just jog into third base. So that's a tough break for the Angels. They thought they had a guy gunned down at the plate. It didn't happen. So same situation, bases loaded now in a 2-1 game with nobody out. And oh, by the way, some guy named Reggie Jackson, your 1973 American League Most Valuable Player, is at the plate. Pitch to Reggie. 1-9, double 1, and he gets the double on the 1. I've had a homer 1 and a double 1 come up in the last 2 games here. 2-run double, and Oakland is unleashing the hounds at this point on Nolan Ryan. Second and third for Gene Tennis. 3-7. You want to guess what that is? Yeah, that's ball 4. Bases are reloaded. There is nobody out. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's your 10 base runners, but how many hits do you have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Put more value. You've got the 6 walks, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So all you need at this point is 2 more hits before the third inning, and I'll break Ryan. Mike Keegan. 2-9, there's one of them. Double 1 is single ... Runners on the corners with nobody out. We are almost to this point, folks. Joe Rudy. 49, short X. And oh boy, you think that's good? It isn't. Bobby Valentine's a 40-31 at shortstop for the Angels. And it is a single ... at the worst possible time. And now, at this point, I'm going to let Nolan Ryan just save his bullpen. He's broken. I'm going to call him broken at this point. The game is clearly getting ridiculous. It is now 7-1 with runners on the corners and nobody out. And they've batted around. And here we go again with Von Joshua. 1-6. Let's take a look at Von Joshua's card, ladies and gentlemen. Signed just as an extra left-handed bat. They don't have Bill North yet in Oakland, and they have to wait a year for him to arrive. So they've got Von Joshua and Angel Mangual managing center field at this point. And you get the worst case scenario for Nolan Ryan and the California Angels. The 1-6 triple off the Joshua card, and the A's are in double digits and are two-run triple, and are making a mockery out of this series now. Runner at third, nobody out, and won't let Ryan get. Oh, let's see here. I might let him pitch 3 innings broken, but I'm not letting him go to the 4th. Which means that the Angel bullpen, if they're going to lose this game anyway, it looks like, so it doesn't really matter how many innings their Angel bullpen gets sucked up in here. Campaneris, plus they have to bring the infield up for Campaneris. He's an A-bunter. 3-6 is a K. We have an out. John Donaldson, 68 is a walk. Like, that's a shocker. Jim French, 1-6 is a 3-6-3 double play. And the inning is mercifully over. A horrific start for Nolan Ryan. What would be probably the worst start of his career, in Strat-O-Matic at least. I don't think he ever had a start like this in regular Major League Baseball. But we go to the second, and it's 9-1, and Catfish Hunter's pitching. Jim Spencer, 48, pops to first. I'll try and get through this game, folks, quickly and with as much banter as possible. Jay Johnstone strikes out, and Bobby Be My Valentine 1-5 grounds are short. We go to the third. It's Sal Bando. No Bando. 59 is K. Reggie 1-9. Another double 1 single. Just like last time. Gene Tennis 67. Guess what? If you guessed walk, you'd be correct. 2 on, 1 out for Keegan. 47. K. It's Walker K, folks. One or the other. Joe Rudy with 2 outs. Final batter for Nolan Ryan today. 1-7. Unfortunately, let's take a look at Joe Rudy's card. And this is going to do some damage here. Triple, 1-2-8, single. That is a single dot. Scores another run. And Nolan Ryan is finally asked to leave after only recording 8 outs in 3 innings. Just horrific. He faced almost 27 batters. 24 batters in 2 2/3 innings. And when you have a start like that, you pretty much are eliminated from the Cy Young voting, as you can imagine. All right. Unreal, folks. Just unbelievable. So we have, just 2 outs in this inning. And it's Von Joshua. And so Greg Garrett will come on in the 3rd inning for the Angels. And he will face Von Joshua with runners on the corners and 2 outs in a 10-1 game. Pitch to Von, 2-7 is a K. When you bat around, you just move the result to the next inning, and that's what makes it easy to score this, is that all of this stuff we know is Ryan, and then Greg Garrett would start there with the final out of the 3rd inning. So, 10-1, Catfish Hunter obviously wants to pitch at least 5 today, and he needs to get his work in. So 5-10's a strikeout. Cesar Tovar 67 is a K. Mickey Rivers 6'11 bounces back to the mound. Catfish Hunter is an E9 pitcher. Makes the play. Garrett will continue into the 4th. Bert Habaneros 1-9 grounds are short. John Donaldson, 38, is a sky to right. And Frenchie Jim French, 35, skies to right field. We'll get Garrett out of there. I'd like to save our good reliever for the Angels, and Garrett's a good one. Let the mop-up guy give you 3. Bottom of the 4th, 10-1 Laffer. Richie Scheinblum, 69, bounces to second. 4-13 at second base is an error. Hal King, 311. 3-6-3 double play. And Alex Johnson, 59, rolls to second base. Top of the 5th, new pitcher. Cecil Upshaw will come on in for the Angels, their long guy. Take a look at Cecil here. Didn't pitch in 1970. Pitched in 69, and he came back in 1972 at a fine year for Atlanta in this situation. And he's in there for some mop-up duty in the 5th. Bando, 211, short. Reggie has yet to be retired, 35, ball 4. Gene Tennis has yet to swing his bat, 5-10, catcher's card. That is Hal King, a 485. And there's pass ball foul out. Runner at second, 2 outs for Mike Keegan, 54. Off of the Upshaw card, homer 1-6 double. It is a double that will score a run. It is 11-1 A's. Joe Rudy, 39 walks. American League has been put on notice officially. Von Joshua, 56, is a base hit. Does Mike Keegan run here? I don't know. No reason to run and add insult to injury. Bases loaded, 2 outs for Campaneris. 37's a K. Well, normally blowouts aren't very entertaining, but I have to say I'm kind of amused by this. Can't wait to do the box score anyway, just to see the shrapnel that just occurred in those early innings for the A's. Jim Spencer, 1-3, grounds a second. Jay Johnstone, 2-4, grounds a second. Bobby Valentine, 68, is a K. Do I pull Catfish after 5 innings to give his bullpen some work? I think I will. Catfish will leave after 5. No reason to, nothing to play for. You don't really want him to throw a complete game into something like this. He's not throwing a shutout. Doesn't need to lower his ERA. Rather just take the day off and come back with 3 days rest if needed next time out. Cecil Upshaw in the 6th continues to John Donaldson. Grounder to second. Donaldson will leave or empty their bench as well for Dick Green to play second. Jim French, 2-9, is a single. Sal Bando, 6-10, center X. Johnston's a 3-12 in center. That's a single ... Runners on the corners for Reggie. 4-4, sac fly left. Not an official at bat, so he's yet to be retired technically, I guess. He's 2 for 2 is a sac fly and 2 walks. And Gene Tennis, looking for another on base. 39, he gets his 4th walk, and he'll leave the game. He walked all the way to first base. It wore him out, and they'll put Stan Swanson in as the pinch runner, just to do it, basically, at this point. Something to do. 2 on, 2 outs. Mike Keegan, 4-10, pops a short. We go to the bottom of the 6th of a 12-1 massacre. Ron Taylor coming on in the 6th inning. Ron Taylor's done a pretty good job of collecting World Series rings. 2 years ago, he was on Baltimore in their bullpen when the Orioles won the World Series. Went to the Mets last year, and you guessed it, folks. Yeah. So now he's with Oakland. Do the math. Bottom of the 6th. Sandy Alomar versus Ron Taylor. 39, second. Tovar, Cecil. 56, lines a second. And Mickey Rivers, 2-6, single 1 to 14, base hit. Shine Bloom, 1-3, grounds the first. Let's pause a moment for station identification.
This is the Shrimp Trawler video channel.
Este es el canal de videos de camaroneros.
12-1 into the 7th. Gosh, we still need pitchers, don't we? Jeez. We'll let little Upshaw pitch his 3rd inning. Joe Rudy, 35, base hit. Joshua, 46, another one, base hit. Oakland is relentless. Sending the message. Message has come across loud and clear, folks. Campaneris strikes out. Green, Dick. Get that checked out. 33. Let's take a look at old Dick Green's card. You know, what's interesting here, in the offseason, Dick Green's card had to be upgraded, and we had our choice. We picked this one. It wasn't the best batting average, but we wanted the 2 at second base. But what you notice about this card is that he hits 12 home runs, folks. 1971, Dick Green, 12 homers and 520-some plate appearances. 3-3 homer, 1-11 double, and it is not gone. It is a double. So much for that. So, 1 run's in, 2nd and 3rd, 1 out. Jim French is your batter. 59, second C. I guess it'll score another run. The guy from third base, well, I looked at his coach, should I run to the plate? And they're like, yeah, just go, just run. They're not going to bring the infield up. So he scores. Runner at third, 2 outs for Bando in a 14-1 game. 110, Bando's hit by the pitch. Oh boy, Didn't like to see that. Bando is ticked. Cannot believe he got thrown at. And we got a delay out there. So fans have run onto the field. This is not looking good. We did not want this to happen. This is what happens with the Dynasty A's. Don't hit them. Don't throw at them. And yeah. So Bando. Do we have any guy? Did he get ejected here? Yeah, I think Bando just got ejected. We're going to take Bando out. And we're going to put Angel Miguel will play third base for the ejected Bando. And Upshaw's gone too. So we'll get rid of him after this hideous ejection. Let's see here. So he went 2 2/3 innings. And there's 2 outs in this inning. We have to get Reggie out. And it'll be Dave LaRoche. No, Eddie Fisher. Eddie Fisher in the 7th against Reggie Jackson in a 14-1 game with 2 runners on and 2 outs. The pitch to Reggie. 67 is a pop to third base. All right, bottom of the 7th. Stretch time here in California. If there's anybody still in the stadium, they would be listening to the West Coast strains of Art Pepper and the 11 Modern Jazz Classics of 1959. Love it, folks. Art Pepper, West Coast Jazz Experience. All right. Bottom of the 7th. Oakland will leave Taylor in there, and it'll be Hal King. 69, 1-16 for a single. He lines out on a 19. Alex Johnson, 54, flies to center. Jim Spencer, 2-7, single 1-18, lines out on a 19, as if that matters. All right, Eddie Fisher in the 8th. It'll be Stan Swanson, 37, short. Mike Keegan, 4-10, lines to second. And Rudy, 43. Pitcher X, Ed Fisher, is an E11. He makes the play. He does all right there. He pitches an inning and a third. And we'll bring in old LaRoche to finish this thing off, this massacre off of the 9th. As far as the A's go, we'll take Ron Taylor out for a couple innings and have Rick Alston in the 8th. Come on in. There's Rick, acquired in the offseason along with Ken Olson from St. Louis in a trade that sent somebody to the Cardinals. Who did the Cardinals get from Oakland in that deal? I'm trying to remember here now. Oh, Danny Combs. And some draft tokens, I believe. Okay. Bottom of the 8th. Jay Johnston, lead it off. 2-9 is a single. Bobby Valentine, 67. Double 1-2 is a single. Runs with the corners for Alomar. 2-4, pops a third. Runs with the corners, got to bring it up for Tovar. 2-7, God, he is relentless. He plays to the final whistle, folks. Cesar Tovar. That's a base hit. That'll score a run. 14-2. Batting for Mickey Rivers will be Don Balor. Very young Don Balor. If you're wondering how Don Balor got here, let's take a look at his card. He was traded in the offseason from Baltimore to the Angels to get Echeverrin back to the Orioles. And remember, Balor actually played for Baltimore and Oakland before going to California. We decided to shorten that odyssey, and he'll play probably most of his career with the Angels. And here we go with Don Balor, the pitch. 1-6, triple, 1-10 on cue. That's a 2-run triple. And they skip the field goal and go directly to 4 points. 14-4. Richie Scheinblum with 1 out. 67, double 1-2, base hit. Oakland has a table waiting on Melrose after this thing, but Rick Austin is complicating that scheduling there. Batting for Hal King will be Larry Howard. Larry, 2-8, is a K. And with 2 outs, it's going to be Alex Johnson. Alex, 37, skies to center field. 14-4 in the 9th. And here comes Dave LaRoche. Take a look at Dave LaRoche's card here in the 9th inning. Just because they've run out of pitchers and they need to get another inning in here. It'll be Von Joshua, but let's get full participation. Batting for Von Joshua will be Miguel. Oh, he came in for Bando, that's right. He has to play, that's right. Von Joshua, 1-4, grounds a third. Campaneris, 39, pops a second. And Dick Green, 46, singles. Jim French, what an honesty he's had. 6 at-bats for the leadoff catcher of the Oakland A's, not named Ray Fosse or Gene Tennis. Who in the heck is Jim French? Well, he played for the Washington Senators, and he's played for Oakland the last 2 years because of those walks. 2-12 against the lefty, however, is a strikeout, which is a really darn shame. That's a home run against a righty, but there you go. All right, bottom of the ninth, Rick Austin is going to try and finish this thing. Jim Spencer, 1-4, flies to center. Johnstone, 4-11, skies it in the right to Reggie, so 2-9, he makes the grab. And Bobby Valentine pops to third base. It is over, folks. A long, tedious mess, and the Oakland A's have arrived today here. They are my World Series favorites. Joining the Pirates was my pick in the National League, though I might hedge back to the Mets or the Reds or the Giants in the National League. My goodness, folks. My goodness, Oakland. So LaRoche, we'll save, well, let's start with Oakland. We'll save Nolan Ryan for last, because I'm curious about that one. Rick Austin, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 hits and 3 runs and a strikeout. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yeah. Ron Taylor, 1 hit. Everything else is Catfish Hunter getting the win, giving up just 2 hits and a run in a very short afternoon. Didn't even break a sweat, no walks, and 5 strikeouts. And for the Angels, LaRoche in the 9th, give up a hit and a strikeout. Let's see here. It was Eddie Fisher pitching an inning and a third after the ejection. He got everybody out. Cecil Upshaw, well, he didn't get everybody out. Cecil Upshaw had a pretty rough day here. He gave up 3 hits, 2 runs, a walk, and a K there. And then in the 6th inning, it was more of the same. 5th and 6th innings, 2 more hits, another run, and another walk. And in the 5th inning, it was 2 more hits, and another run, and 2 more walks, and struck out a guy. There you go. Well, Greg Garrett was good. He struck out a guy. And everything else is Nolan Ryan. All of this. We're going to do a reconciliation here. So if I count it up here, I would count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 hits. I would count 10 runs. And I would say, yeah, they're all earned. Not so good. And I would count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 walks, which seems low to me. And he struck out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Of the 8 outs were strikeouts. And he gets the loss. So we had a reconciliation here. 1009, 0109, 1417, 48, 1417, 48, 1417, 48, 1210, 06. The A's walked 12 times. The Angels walked goose egg. The Oakland squad put 29 men on base. California put on 8. This is like 2 years ago when the Angels were the worst team in baseball. 2 years ago, the Angels were the worst team in baseball. They had the first pick in the draft, and they took, yep, you guessed it, folks, Nolan Ryan, 72 card that you just saw. We're going to have to look at the year-to-date numbers and see how many walks and strikeouts and Nolan Ryan's got. 1009, 0109, 1417, 48, 1210, 06. 4 game to 1. Angels win game 1. Oakland won the next 4. Rather convincingly. And we'll look at the year-to-date numbers for both squads. Now, Oakland was really unsettled coming into this series, and they lost the first game. A little bit nervous. But then the switch, flick the switch. The switch was flipped here, folks. So the Angels, unfortunately, are now 5-9 and really crash landing hard this year, hitting .232 with a .476 ERA. And our guy Nolan Ryan is really struggling this year, folks. 34 innings, 36 hits, 34 walks, 42 strikeouts, 22 earned runs. And that's a shame. It's a .577 ERA. He helped this team win the division last year, but this year is just blowing up in his face. And the big bad Oakland A's are now 10-7, starting to assert themselves in the West. The West was pretty weak this year. Let me take a quick peek at the overall standings before we continue here. Yeah, they're 10-7. Mariners still have to play. They're 3-4. Rangers are at 500. You know, Oakland was in the muck earlier, and they're starting. They obviously just cleaned themselves up pretty nicely here, and they'll. At this point, they'll probably stay in first place if I had to guess. But you never know about this stuff, I guess. Oakland, 10-7 here. And really, 8-2 are the numbers to look at. That's Vita Blue and Catfish Hunter are 8-2. The rest of this team is 2-5. Ken Oldsman has not won. He's 0-2. The bullpen has a couple losses. Raleigh Fingers has not been very good. He's got a couple blown saves this year. They are hitting .277 with a .426 ERA. They're not hitting a lot of home runs. We're looking at 4 homers for Gene Tennis. Bunch of guys in double digits in RBI, which is nice. Hard to say who the best Oakland hitter is at this point. Again, the story is basically Blue and Hunter competing for the Cy Young. At this point, Catfish Hunter's been a little bit better, believe it or not. 7 runs in 38 innings. That's a .165 ERA. Put Vita Blue. I think he had one bad outing. His ERA is .307 because of one bad outing, which is kind of a joke. They're 8-2. They're the Oakland A's, the big bad ones. And when we look at the year-to-date stats, folks, we are 174 games through. Getting into May, you swoon in June, die in July. I forget what happens in May. Anyway. The league's hitting .263 with a .389 ERA. Thanks for checking out American League West battle tonight between the A's and Angels. We'll see you next time.